in the locker room presented by Prize Picks. Is it Super Bowl or bust? You've been to the Final Eight the last 3 years. You've never been to a conference championship. Forget just getting to a conference championship. You have a roster that's talented. You have a championship caliber defense. So is it Super Bowl or bust? And I often feel like this Texans team, sometimes it feels like they're kind of scared to be great. And it feels like they lowered the standards. Nick Caserio goes up there after the season and says, we've had the best 3-year stretch in franchise history. We don't take that lightly. You probably should, my friend. You probably should. You got 6 Super Bowl rings in New England. You squandered away an opportunity to be a game away against a backup quarterback. You had 2 years to basically to wipe the slate clean. You stockpiled 6 draft picks in 3 years. You had the best cap space. You should be aiming a little bit higher than the best 3-year stretch in the history of a franchise that has had mediocre success for 2 decades. You should be aiming higher. You've built a good enough roster to feel that way and to say it with your chest. You should be proud of this team. You should want this team to go out there and do their thing. And that's what David Montgomery, the newest running back for the Houston Texans, did. I'll be damned. He came out and he said it. He was on NFL Network, The Insiders with Ian Rappaport and company, and David Montgomery, the newest running back for the Texans, clear upgrade over Nick Chubb, and a much-needed mindset that this team needs and they should fully embrace, makes it very, very clear that this is a Super Bowl or bust season. This is what David Montgomery had to say when he was on the Insiders on NFL Network.
Super Bowl or none. I mean, I think that should be anybody's goal when you get opportunity, strap up, put your pads on, put your helmet on. You ain't out there for fun. Everybody want to host. Everybody want to put up the Lombardi. Like, I want to do that. Everybody want to do it here. And it feel real. Like, you got guys like Will. You got guys at every aspect of the game here on all facets being led by Coach Ryans. And, you know, it makes you want to elevate yourself and be in a position to where you give us a chance to, you know, take a shot at that thing. And I think that we're capable of doing it. This defense is super special in their own right. But this offense is finna be real special too. And I hope that people are ready for it.
All right, there you go. So you have a guy that's fully embracing. You have that type of energy on the offense. It's much needed. That's the vibe of this team when it comes to the superpower, the defense. That's what it is. And when David Montgomery comes out and says it with his chest, good for him. He's also a clear upgrade over what they had last year. That's what you want to see, and that's the type of guys that they're bringing into the locker room. Super Bowl or bust, says David Montgomery. He's not hiding away from it. He's not shying away from it. And quite frankly, this offense doesn't have to be special with this defense. They just have to be serviceable. They just have to be better in the red zone. David Montgomery, one of the best short yardage backs in the NFL the last few seasons. He adds kind of an element, a much-needed element of what they need, and he also adds a much-needed mindset. It's really, really cool to see, and we'll see how it plays out on the field. Speaking of David Montgomery, he is one of the many Texans that you can actually predict their stats for the upcoming season. You can do it on Prize Picks on the NFL season section. How many yards do you think David Montgomery will have? The number is around 700. A lot of people, a lot of listeners, viewers of the Locker Room and SNL have jumped all over that. That's the NFL season section. But we know we got some NBA playoffs to go. It's very simple. More than, less than when it comes to statistics. You pick 2 players from 2 different teams. You can go up to 6. You can have the flex play that gives you room for error. You can go with the power play where you get a larger cash out. Today, we're going with the Thunder and the Spurs. We are taking less than on all of the injured guys that have been banged up. That's De'Aaron Fox, less than points, assists, and then Jalen Williams, less than assist. If he doesn't play, have no fear because Prize Picks will refund you. And then we also have Dylan Harper with the more than rebounds, SGA, less than 30.5 points, and Alex Caruso, more than 2.5 fouls. Now, maybe I'm just hoping this thing goes 7. I think we all are. But that's what I'm doing. You can follow me at Landry Locker on Prize Picks. You can get $50 in free lineups when you play $5 when you use that promo code HMA. Shout out to the greatness of Prize Picks. So we talked about David Montgomery and what he brings, and I think there's a lot to get excited about when it comes to his mindset. But there's also something that I'm a little bit excited about, and this is kind of under the radar. But I've been following this guy for a long time, and I think he's kind of like a DeMeco Ryans, a younger version of DeMeco Ryans. And I think he's inevitably, if he chooses to be, he can kind of follow the same path as DeMeco Ryans. And this was a very under the radar news thing that happened yesterday. But the Texans are adding Jordan Hicks to their coaching staff. Now, it could be a short-term thing. He's participating in the Bill Walsh Diversity Coaching Fellowship with the Texans, which means basically you come to a mini camp, you come to OTAs, sometimes you go to camp, and maybe you end up getting a full-time job on the staff. Now, those of you that aren't familiar with Jordan Hicks, I actually asked DeMeco Ryans about him last year, and DeMeco Ryans had some pretty good things to say, which is understandable because they were actually teammates in Philadelphia, and it was on the back end of DeMeco Ryans' career and the beginning of Jordan Hicks when Chip Kelly gave DeMeco Ryans the nickname Mufasa from Lion King. And Jordan Hicks, DeMeco was Mufasa and Jordan Hicks was Simba. And DeMeco basically took Jordan Hicks under his wing, and now he's doing it as a coach. And Jordan Hicks is one of those guys with a lot of intangibles that I actually think could end up being a pretty decent coach and a pretty decent asset to this Texans team. Just to give you a little snippet of the type of leadership that Jordan Hicks possesses. He's a 2017 world champ with the Eagles. He was a 10-year NFL vet. He gets compared to DeMeco Ryans quite often. This was his NFL mic'd up with Philly, just to give you a glimpse of kind of what the intensity level is with him.
Fast, play fun.
Let's go. Hey, all about having fun.
That's it. Let's have a blast.
Lead 'em.
Absolutely.
Lead 'em.
No damn question. Love you too. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Man, I miss this. Man, I miss this. Ain't nothing like it. Ah!
All right, so this is when he's with Philly, and you can hear Doug Peterson going up to him and saying, "Lead him, lead him, lead him." That's kind of the same vibe that you got with DeMeco Ryans. Now, this is the back end of his career with Arizona. As he got a little bit older, the final time of his career, and kind of the same vibe.
Hey, man, people don't believe in this group. That's how you like it. You hear me? Hey, they got to come through us. It's going to be a dogfight. Be ready for that. 4 quarters of straight, grimy ass, hard ass, hitting, lead on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Have fun today. You're going to play awesome. You hear me? You don't get there, get your hand up. Go make a play on the ball. We'll catch it.
I mean, there you go. I'm telling you, if he wants to be a coach, he's going to be a good coach, and it's very DeMeco Ryans-like. There's a reason that DeMeco Ryans was Mufasa. He was Simba. The Texans already got some pretty good coaches on defense in Rod Wright, Franco Cam, Dino Vasso. Yeah, Jordan Hicks to the mix. He's going to get the most of these linebackers, and if this really is something that he wants to do, sometimes guys – take advantage of this program just to kind of see if this is something that they want to do. It's hard to imagine Hicks not being around football. I remember last year when he retired, I actually told DeMeco after a practice, it was around this time that he had retired. He said, I'll have to text him. Well, maybe he texted him and said, you can come be on my staff. And Jordan Hicks is now on the staff. Who knows? Could be a small thing, but I think that's kind of the vibe. And I think you could use another DeMeco. You could use as many DeMecos as you want coaching defense, although that's kind of an embarrassment of riches at this point. I think the main theme, the most encouraging thing from this video to take away is they might have some alpha energy when it comes to running back, which is much needed because the offense has to do their part. All right, so we're going to get the on-field action this week. We got you covered here on SNL as well as in the locker room. Be sure to subscribe, like, ride along. Enjoy this ride. Enjoy this journey. We're about 2 months away from camp. The work don't stop, but it's getting more fun. We'll react to what CJ Stroud had to say as well as a lot of other things. It's going to be a fun time. There is some good energy around here. There are high expectations. Embrace them. And always remember, when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together. Shout out to Prize Picks once again for doing what they do.